Hey YouTube fans, Tyco doing another action figure review. Now this is another retro figure review. I'm kind of going back to the Crash Dummies line, and this is a showcase of the bikes. Now it's not all the bikes, I'm missing at least two that I'm aware of, which is the red bike and the blue bike. There's like a kind of a bright sky blue one, and then there's a bright red one. My buddy had the red one, but unfortunately I never picked up the red one. So like the original bike I had was this white one, but this isn't my original, and I'll get into that in a bit. So I have two of the vintage Tyco bikes, and because I only have two of the vintage ones and there's only one of the modern ones that I'm aware of, I said I'd do them all together and showcase them all off. So for demonstration purposes, I have two of the classic dummies to show how they would fit. As far as I remember, each bike set came with two of these helmets. These are also the same helmets that came with the racing dummies. So, for example, this is the racing version of Spin, and he came with, I think, either a black version of this helmet or red version of this helmet. I can't remember which, but this was what he would have come with, along with I think he came with like a weapon type thing as well. But all in all, these are quite fun bikes. So I'll use the white one for demonstration because this has gold plastic on it, and a lot of the old gold plastic stuff tends to deteriorate over time, so I don't want to sorry if I knocked my camera over. I'm trying to support a light source because I forgot to bring one over, so hopefully I can get that to stand properly. I don't have anything really heavy enough to support it, but hopefully I have it. So I'll use the white bike for demonstration purposes. Let me just move things around here momentarily. So I got one of the modern figures as well, so you could see. Now this modern version of the bikes isn't complete. It's actually missing two parts. There's supposed to be cowlings on either side that cover the engine parts, and then when you hit the front button, the seat jumps up a bit, the back wheel comes off, as you can see, and you can see there's cross style plugs there. The pieces would fly off, so unfortunately I got this second hand and it's missing those pieces that complete it. But it is a nice looking sports bike. It has a fairly big wheel at the back to give it extra stability for when you're rolling them, and unfortunately I don't have anything on. Actually, move this closer to the eye. It's a bit heavy. Just move that paint tin a bit closer, and you can see how it would affect it. Might try that with the old ones. But this is one of the modern Crash Dummy figures. Can't remember which guy he is, but his action gimmick is his head goes into his body. Quite fun if you put the old helmet on it and the helmet just pops back out. So if you press the button, his head goes in and the helmet can fall off. There is a lever on the back to push the head back up, so you just lever it back up. And these guys fit just as well on the old bikes as they do in the modern ones. It's the same with the older figures, you can fit them on the bikes. So for demonstration purposes, hopefully this will work the way it's supposed to. If the bike hits, the sidecar is supposed to shoot off. This can separate into even more pieces. So you have a seat, two bits of the sidecar itself, you just clip together, and it slides in here, and the seat sits on that. For the bike itself, it has the ejection seat just like the modern one does. The other thing is the front cowling is supposed to come off. The other pieces that come off are, well, depending on how hard you smack it, this clear piece will come off. These generally didn't come off as much, but they were intended to. One of the more fragile pieces on these bikes are the handlebars. They're actually made from a thin plastic, so they tended to snap, which is why I'm not showing my original version of this bike, because the original version of this bike has no it has one handlebar on it because it broke. But they were designed so you could fit actually I'll do it the other way around. I'll just bring in the black one because there's two figures in it already. So they were designed, they could actually fit 3 figures on the bikes in total. You'd have a figure in here in the sidecar. A normal size figure can fit in here. At the moment, for a demonstration, I'm using spare tire, which incidentally is the very first Crash Dummy figure I ever got. Now, this isn't the actual one that I got. The one that I got is long gone, but this was the first Crash Dummy figure I ever got. And he has a funny action gimmick where his eyes pop out, his tongue pops out, and his ears kind of pop off. I think they recreated something similar in the modern line, but he wasn't as short and a stout little Crash Dummy, which I thought was hilarious. I'm not sure. I think they were talking that the spare tire was supposed to be a female Crash Dummy at one point, and then that kind of petered out. I'm not too sure. I know they did make one prototype for a female Crash Dummy, which is Darlene, which was a repaint of Daryl, and as far as I know, that figure never made it out. I think it was cancelled before it even got to production stage. But all in all, it's a really the bikes are really fun. I do like the modern one. It's a lot more chunky, feels a little bit less brittle. These ones do feel a little flimsy and a little brittle. But overall, when I was growing up, my buddy and I used to have great fun smacking the cars off them, the trucks off them. Pretty much anything you could think of, you could run into them. In addition, just move spare tire out here. You can actually fit the dog or the cat into them as well, just by having them sit into it. So all in all, they're great bikes. So boxed versions can be very pricey. Loose ones can be good, but you have to watch out for these handlebars. The handlebars could be broken on it. As far as I know, this one isn't intended to come with the actual glass piece. The red one, the blue one, and the white one all have them, but this black one, as far as I'm aware of, wasn't intended. I think it was called the Crash Chopper, and I can't remember what the white one was called. I know they all have individual names for the bikes. The Crash Chopper is the only one that I can think of offhand, and that's the black one here, but I know they all had individual kind of bike names. The other thing as well is there was a lot of stickers with this line, so all these are applied stickers. I didn't apply these ones on my bikes because I got them all second hand. They all seem to be in the right locations. And it's the same with the cars. The cars came with a sticker sheet that you would apply all the stickers with. The modern ones have pre-applied stickers, so like this modern bike, you didn't have to put any of the stickers on it. It came with them already pre-applied. So there is one bonus to the modern ones. But I do like the classic kind of ones. You could, if you wanted to, probably customize the bikes as well and put the stickers in where you wanted them, but they did give you kind of set locations where you're supposed to. But overall, they did have, you could put the helmets on the Crash Dummies when you had them on the bikes. Not that it would protect them much, but it was still nice to have some semblance of protection for them. So there you go, guys. Hope you enjoy this quick video review. I'm trying to get through the Crash Dummy stuff as much as I can. I'm focusing on the vehicles first, and I will try and get through the figures that I have as well. There's quite a good few figures that I have. Some came exclusively packed with vehicles, and I'll mention it as I go through the vehicles. But as far as I know, I don't think anyone came exclusively packed with the bikes. They mainly came packed with cars. So when I get around to doing the individual figures, or the figures in groups, I'll mention which ones came with which car. So there you go guys, hope you enjoyed this video review, and as I say in my videos, please feel free to like, comment and subscribe to my channel. Cheers guys!